How many you got out there right now, Dylan?
Okay, we probably got like 20, 25 people in here.
Are you serious?
We got Bino. You over there locked in?
Hell yeah.
We got Maddie right here.
Yeah.
Amar, you're 18. What'd you deposit in the last 30 days, young man?
Like 40,000.
My man.
Do more
Right,
now,
man.
get better later. Let's
Yes,
get it.
sir. Hey, you see all you f***ers sitting at home? Yeah, some of y'all supposed to be in those chairs dialing. All right, what up, y'all? John Wetmore back. Have another episode of the Insurance Insiders podcast. Got my dude, Mahmoud. If you haven't seen his shit yet, you're in for a treat. This is a fun one, dude. One of those quiet killers. I've been around for a minute, selling a lot of insurance. I think over 400K, three, four times straight now. Probably significantly over 400K last time I heard. 400K a quarter, maybe. I don't know. Dude sells a lot of insurance, building a big team, got a lot of cool stuff going on. And I remember some cool stories from when you were started early that I remember them, but I'm like, I want to hear some more. So appreciate you getting on, dude. You guys are killing it. Blueprint Agency, right? That's what's behind you. There you go. The blueprint. So you're going to give us the blueprint today.
100%, man. We got the blueprint for our agents to succeed and put our clients in the best spot possible. And thanks for having me on. It's truly an honor, John. And I remember before we get to the industry, like literally obsessing over your videos, training.
I love it.
Just trying to get better.
I love it, dude. It's crazy. When was that? How long has it been? Now, obviously, at least a few years. I don't remember when you started, though.
3.5 years now.
3.5 years, huh? What were you doing before? I don't remember.
I was a full-time college student, selling used cars, working an internship, just trying to get by.
Man, no shit. Where'd you go to school?
University of Kentucky.
Did you really?
Yes, sir. Graduated with business finance.
Are you from there? Or just shit, that's luck where you went? That's where you grew up?
Born and raised, yeah. My whole
Where
family.
were you? I didn't know that. Cool. Love it. I'm going to Kentucky for Maddox's baseball tournament next month somewhere. I ain't really been there.
Nah, you're not missing out too much, but we got Keeneland horses and the basketball team.
Yeah. Only time I've been there, bro, is when I went to Ohio. I went to what's it in the bottom left corner of Ohio? What's over there? Not Cleveland. It's
Cleveland, Columbus,
Cincinnati. But you really land in Kentucky. Cincinnati Airport's in Kentucky. Yeah. I was like, wait, what? I was so confused about that.
It sucks flying out of here, man. Either I got to have a layover or I got to drive like an hour to CVG, Northern Kentucky, so I can catch a nonstop.
Yeah. Makes sense, man. We'll kill it. Well, let's start, dude. What was, how the hell did you get in? Who'd you know? How'd you get in? I don't remember.
Wiley Hawkins.
Shut up. Okay. How'd y'all connect? Wiley Hawkins 4 years ago, too.
Yeah, it was kind of funny how we met. So let me take you back like 8-9 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was back in high school. I was obviously an honor roll student, always been a hard, good worker, but I was hanging around the wrong crowd, essentially. Smoking, hanging with the wrong people, whatnot. And my parents were really strict. So I got sent off to like some therapeutic boarding school in the middle of Montana where there was a bunch of troubled teenagers.
Shut up.
I swear.
What were you doing wrong?
I was selling and smoking, whatever. Like I was a straight up honor roll student. And when I got sent to that place in the middle of Montana, like the staff looked at me and they're like, you don't need to be here. It's like, what are you doing here? And I remember finishing my high school literally within like 2 weeks of being there and like just helping other guys. But Wiley, on the other hand, like that was my roommate over there and we hooped together.
At the camp thing?
Yeah, and we hooped.
Oh, shut up. Oh, dude, I think I kind of remember this now.
Chopped wood together, the whole 9 yards. Like his dad came out one time I met him. And I was only there for, dude, it felt like 3 years, but it was only like 3 months of my life, you know?
Got it.
And I got back. I went to college early, started majoring in business, finance, and management, stayed in touch with Wiley. Like that was the homie. And he was a really good hooper. And like I saw he was in college, I think Colorado University, and he dropped out. He would show me his highlights. And then like one day he quit. And I seen him traveling. He was taking selfies with older people, and he would always hit me up like, yo, you'd be a beast at this. And it was goofy Wiley, like he was a troubled teen. Like he was,
yeah, buddy.
He was partying crazy, doing all types of stuff. So like, I was like, nah, if Wiley's doing it, like that sounds too good to be true. So I watched him for 18 months consecutively of him just dripping on me like, yo, do this. Here's some paychecks. Here's that. And then one day, man, I was just sitting at the car lot, $1,500 to my name. And like, I was about to graduate in a month. Like I said, the finance management honor roll degree. And I worst comes to worst, I always knew like I wanted to own a business, but I always knew like I can get a job. Like I just got a degree.
Yeah, yeah.
So knowing I was dead broke, about to graduate in 30 days, I was like, what do I have to lose? Like if this doesn't
What
work,
kind of money was he sending you that he was making then?
dude, it was like 10,000, 15,000 a month. Like nothing
Yeah.
even like too crazy, you know?
Yeah, but still in
But to
college.
me, like
Yeah.
it was too good to be true. I thought if you made 10 grand a month 4 years ago, like you made it, you know?
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
You start making 10 grand a month.
You're like, shit, ain't no money. It don't go nowhere.
Yeah, man. And fast forward, I've hit Hall of Fame 3 times. I'm hopefully somehow hit it this year. We hit Agency Hall of Fame this year, and like we got over
Hell yeah.
350 agents now, and we're expanding all over. It's been a blessing.
So you hit 1 million a month yet? Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're at like 3.5
Three
right now,
point. There you
3.6.
go. I should know this, but I don't. There's so many people killing it, dude. It's like it's nuts when you get like, you know what I mean? You get a lot of people. Like I always tell people, dude, I get way more credit than I deserve. I have so many fucking good people killing it on the team, and I'm like, I can't keep up with who. There's so many people killing it. It's hard to keep up. You know, you look at the leaderboard, dude, and like number 87 on the leaderboard is Rich now. So it's things are changing. You
Yeah.
know,
To be in the top
three.
20, like you have to sell over 40,000. It's unheard
Yeah,
of.
100%. Yeah, 100%. What year was that you came in? Where's your first?
2020, the end of 2021.
Okay. So 22, 23, 24. So your first full year you hit over 40. Would you end with?
My first full year, I did 508,000.
Yeah.
Second year, 518. And it was kind of cool. Like I had a recruit in the office. He brought like a team over here, and I was like explaining the trajectory of it. So like my first year in business, I sold 508,000, but we were in person, running mail,
Yeah, yeah,
traveling all
yeah,
over.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I kept a little over 100,000, which fresh out of college, it's not bad. But I was like, damn, I could have kept a lot more. And so the
Yeah.
second year, figuring some things out, like I only sold 10,000 more, 518, but I kept over a quarter million the second year. And then the
Why
third,
would you do wrong the first year? I'm curious.
uh,
What'd you learn?
dude, all leads are leads. Like you don't need those $80 mailers, $40 final expense leads to be successful. Like the same person that's filling that out is the same one that's online filling it out.
So you were spending more of the money. So you were it wasn't that they were all chargebacks or canceling. It's you were just spending it, throwing it back in
Yeah.
recklessly,
And like,
probably,
and I
which is
realized,
good.
yeah, you can't scale a business like that. And I'm thankful I went through that. And like, that's why I
Sure.
came up with the blueprint. Is like, dude, we had to figure
Yeah.
this shit out. Like we crawled through it, like trying different lead types, all different travels. And now we have a system where guys can come in, just get dropped off and they can run. They don't have to crawl or anything.
What do you think? Do you remember what you spent on leads that year? The first year where you messed it up,
Dude,
roughly?
I remember I told my dad, he like looked at me like I was crazy. It was like 200 some thousand.
Couple hundred? Yeah, I figured. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I've made that journey too. Then the next year, what'd you do on lead spend to get the 518? What do you think you spent second year?
It was like 50,000 less. It was like around 170, give or take.
Mhm.
But I kept over a quarter million the second year.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third year
After
I
that.
sold
Okay.
right under 500, like 499, and I kept just about 500,000, a little over. And then this year I'll clear 7 figures this year.
Yeah. Hey, them newbies watching be like, see, it doesn't work. I'm like,
But to put it in a perspective, yeah, it took me almost 4 years to get here. But dude, we got studs on our team. Like you had Tanner on here, dude. He was able to get to 6 figures within 7 months, 8 months.
yeah, it was. People are figuring out quick now, dude. It's insane. It's insane. I got my son is 17. Him and his buddy are sitting in my office dialing right now because he can't get licensed yet. So I have him calling for people. My son Braden's been doing it for like maybe 2-3 weeks, booked a bunch of appointments. His buddy Joey sitting at my pool last night chilling, and we're talking about the business. And he's like, I'll come do it. He started hearing about the commissions. He's like, I'll do it in the morning. So dude showed up to my office this morning, like at 10 o'clock. It's 2 now. First day, no training, no script. 17. He's booked 5 appointments already today.
Crazy.
17. First day on the phones, dude. And I gave him no phone script.
It's insane, man. People try to complicate the business. And
Yeah.
it's not hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but it's simple,
Yeah. Yeah. So $1 million, huh? It's a good year.
Oh, yeah.
I remember first time I did it. It did not suck.
Nah, it's good, man. And I think what keeps me on my toes, like we have great leaders like Ronnie, like who's growing rapidly.
But
So
he's killing it. I had him on too, not too long ago.
nah, that was a great pod. Staying on my toes there, and then, dude, just the amount of new people that are coming in, like, I feel like it's gotten so big where it's like we're constantly onboarded, like putting 100 some people in the course every week,
Man,
trying to get
that's
everyone
dope.
paid, you know?
Okay, I love it. Let's talk about this blueprint, dude. That's what people want.
Yes,
How much
sir.
of it? How much of it can you give away? I'll
Whatever
let
you
you
want to
let
know.
it. You let it rip, bro. You know what we're doing here. You're a better sales guy than me. I don't even need to ask the questions, bro. Just give it to them. I'll interrupt when I'm curious. But right now, just let it rip. This ain't your first rodeo, dude.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So for those of you that are listening to this, whether you're in insurance or not, the best place to sell is the best place to build. So I don't have to say too much on that. I think we do a pretty good job of standing out in regarding like bonuses, comp, mentorship, all that good stuff. But wherever you decide you want to go, you got to have the right systems and the right teams, essentially, where everyone's on the same mission, they're facing the same objections, the same lead types, and getting people in person. Because like I feel like we forgot a lot of like we yeah, virtual sales, Wi-Fi money, like it's great. We're all on Zoom, but like, dude, we have an office full of people,
Yeah, buddy.
you know, and
Explain
like,
that. Like, explain the difference. You know what's funny is like I've watched the evolution of this thing, right? We built it, office setting, field sales. You kind of came in towards the end of that transition period, right? You sort of saw both.
mhm,
Then it went to telesales, and nobody wants to connect with anybody. No one wants an office. No one wants to come to work. No one wants to do shit but sit in their underwear at home. And it's neat watching it shift to like this hybrid of the two worlds.
mhm.
So talk about the difference, man, between what you're seeing from people that sit at home and do this thing, people that get around others, or even from the perspective of the manager who sells a lot and also doesn't understand what you just explained too. Give it both sides, from agent and manager side, what you've seen.
Yeah. Because I started out, my first year and a half, 2 years of the business was technically at home in a
Yeah.
Zoom room, but we didn't really explode until we started getting in those in-person
Yeah.
spaces, locking in. Because like, yeah, when someone's at home dialing, like, sure, they'll be on Zoom, but like, are they really intentionally dialing though? Like
Yeah.
they could have kids, they could have laundry, they could go eat, whatever they want to do. But when you get someone in an office setting with someone that's selling 30, 40K, 50K a month, like it just puts a fire onto them and
Yeah.
it gives them a sense of purpose. They show up every single day knowing what they want. They know their goals. And it's just like overall, it's just 10 times better. Like, dude, we have recruits coming in, day out, just walking into the office and it's like Wolf of Wall Street. They see an 18-year-old, he just made $1,000, $2,000. They're like, what in the
Yeah.
world? And it's like,
Yeah.
it's just real. Like we could show we're in downtown Lexington, Kentucky. And it's like, that's huge. You
Hell
can't
yeah.
fake that. You can only do so
How
much.
many you got out there right now, Dylan?
Dude, show we probably got like 20, 25 people in here.
Are you serious? Can you just see it out that window that way? Or you can't see it where
I
you're
got
at?
it. I have
We're
to
gonna go
log.
live. We're gonna ad lib on this podcast. We get everybody to scream at you.
Ooh,
See what we can get.
we got Bino coming back from lunch. Hey, watch out. We on a podcast, John. Come now. You over there locked in?
Hell yeah.
We got Maddie right here.
Yeah.
Amar, you're 18. What'd you deposit in the last 30 days, young man?
Like 40,000.
My man. Keep killing it.
Sir. And then you got a bunch of different office
And
spaces.
that go back to that one. That picture right there. That where I see the empty chairs. Go to that one. Zoom back over there. Hey, you see all you fuckers sitting at home? Yeah, some of y'all supposed to be in those chairs dialing.
No, that's facts. You see these guys back here.
Hell yeah. What up?
Let's fucking go. How's it going?
What's up, dude? We're live, bro. Saying what's up.
Yeah, do more
All right,
now,
man.
get better later. Let's
Yes,
get it.
sir.
You got some fans in here.
Who's that?
All right, I'm not gonna take you the other half before it gets too loud. All right, Bino, I need you to take your lunch out of here, sir.
I love it, dude. How big is the office?
This one's 4,000 square foot.
Dope. Dope. I got some guys looking for offices now, and they're like, "What size? What do I do? How do you do it?" Da, da, da. I'm like, "You just go book one."
Figure it out. And no, I mean, like, guys want to be in an office. It's like I put something in where it's like if you want a cubicle space, you pay 250, get drinks, whatever. And if you want a private office, 500. And dude,
Yep.
they got filled up quick. And I put
Hell
it
yeah,
in,
it does.
like, guys, I don't need you guys in here. Like I can, pay the bills essentially all by myself, but that's for
Yep.
you guys to stay accountable. You guys have a purpose and like look around. Where else are you going to get an office space in downtown of any city?
Correct.
Much.
Yeah.
And the
y'all doing
value,
the same model we did. We did that, and then Zach did it, and then y'all did. It's copy and paste, which is cool.
just copy the right cats.
Yeah, that's it, dude. That's it, dude. I got this guy Giovanni now. He's shopping for offices, and I'm going through the math with him on how to do it and set it up and kind of build the thing, So I love it, dude.
Fortunately, with this one, we were able to get blessed, man. Like it was pretty expensive, and then like this was like a blind lawyer that was going out of business, and we were just able to buy it cash. Fortunate
Hell
enough.
yeah.
Like,
Really? Good for you.
not many people are able to do that,
How much did it cost you?
Dude, so it was worth like 400, 500 some thousand. We got it for like 200 cash.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We just
Life is
paid the
good,
camp
dude.
and we're good.
Hey, what'd your parents say? You said your dad said something about the leads earlier? Was it your
yeah,
dad?
dude.
What'd he
Yeah,
say about you
yeah.
buying a building cash?
Dude, he was happy. He was cheesing. He's like, go wherever you need to do now, do whatever.
My man.
And then it
That's
was
so
the
good.
same thing. I'm sure Zach told you about the compound we got down in Austin.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I asked my dad advice about that, and he was like, "Nah, I don't think you should do it." And then like I had to take a foot back, and it's like I'm trying to get like Zach. I'm trying to get like John.
Mhm.
Respectfully, you haven't achieved what they achieved. So like sometimes some things I can't
Yeah.
get full advice from you. And
Tell us about the
thankfully,
compound.
that was nah, it's been doing good.
No,
So we had
what's it like? What's the size? What do you have there?
dude,
What's
so
the
it's,
vision?
so it was 2 houses on 5 acres. It costed like $2 million. Me, Wiley, Zach, we went in on it. And Tanner actually was like one of the very first agents that lived there for like the first 3 months. Essentially, we had a group of 8, 10 guys living in there, like locked in, wanting to go to the next level. And get them how to sell
Really?
30, 40,000 a month.
So they're just renting from y'all.
Yeah. And dude, Tanner did that for 3, 4 months, got his team in there. And then he's like, I make too much money. I'm getting in a high rise. I'm like, dude,
Hell yeah.
he did his thing.
Who's in there now? Who's coming out? Who's going to pop next? Out of the compound.
We just had a group of guys move out this month. We put it on Airbnb,
Got
and
it.
then we'll see who's the next crew coming in.
I love it, dude. That's badass. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Well, let's get back to
I was gonna say, and for the managers out there, like, yes, in this industry you can make a lot of money. Like when you do it like that, it's yes, real estate, but it's good for business too because dude, it was
100%.
getting to a point where every single month, like we were spending, $10,000, $15,000 just on Airbnbs
Yeah.
to dial in places together. So it was
Just
just
lock-ins and all that jazz.
Mhm.
Hey guys, just created something really cool. And if you want to be part of it, join the Discord group I just created. The link is going to be in here. It's a dope environment. You can chat with others that are kind of in the community. You can see behind the curtain of our agency, have access to all kinds of stuff that we got going on, events, and my staff is in there. We have agents in there selling, me helping agents and sharing information. We're going to, as we build this thing out, share everything out there with all of you guys. So again, follow the Discord if you want to be part of everything we got going on. Join it now. We'll see you in there. Hope to help you more. Yeah, explain the I'm gonna stay on more the building side right now. Explain the right, because I see a lot of people ask me, and we give them kind of the playbook, a blueprint, if you will, on how to do this stuff, and it's like, y'all do what? You put that much money into travel and Airbnb? Can you kind of walk through, dude, like the economics of how you've made it all work and how to, you know what I mean? Like, it just, dude, we're just different than most of the industry when it comes to just doing. This is the norm in our world. But we have a lot of people, dude, that watch this thing. The podcast is kind of blowing up. A lot of people are following it now from all different lines. And I started this to be able to share what we see as easy. That kind of a lot of the industry goes like, wait, what happens over there? So I'd love to dive into that, dude, and teach it like you're teaching your guys.
Yeah. A lock-in usually once a month. We prioritize these, and the main focus of these is getting in. Always the standard when I was taught was like 10K a week or die. So the whole purpose of these lock-ins is for a new rep to come in there, train essentially for a week, and go home and have the skill set to sell 10,000 every week.
Yep.
So we just came back from Arizona last week. We had the Ignite event that Friday.
Yep.
We flew in Sunday, got an Airbnb that slept like 25 plus people. And dude, we had a goal to sell over 250K in between all those guys. And then we started Monday morning at 8 a.m., kicked it off with I did some training, mindset, first 90 seconds, had 3 producers that like have sold $40,000 plus consecutively go up there, train a little bit, break them off into groups of 5s, like 5 groups of 4 people, whatever. whoever sells the most, this is what you get. Like we did the winning team got
Ah,
like a really nice steak dinner, first sale, $250, whatever. And then they get hyped up, fired up. They're just trained up. They're in a group of people. Some people are brand new, some are experienced, some are elite closers. And dude, they just get going. Like they'll find a spot like in a corner
hmm
by the pool or in a room, a group 4 or 5 of them, and they'll just be locked in dialing. And it's
yeah,
beautiful to see because like you'll see a new guy learn something from someone that he wouldn't have been able to learn from on Zoom.
yeah,
No, and they
100%.
learn these tips and tricks, and you only and like, dude, these reps they only have to go to 1 or 2 of these, go home, plug into the Zoom or to the office, and they're good.
Yeah.
They know what to
And
do.
if they
They've
want to
seen some
build, go duplicate it.
exactly. And on our end, like, yeah, as managers, we don't charge our guys for them necessarily, but like realistically, what is it like a couple $100 per head?
Yeah.
And by the way you look at it, they learn to sell $10,000 a week. Like, dude, they're gonna go home and make you a couple G's a week.
Correct.
It's
All
just
day. Yeah.
like same thing with those recruiting sources. Like when you and Zach were pushing Tauru and eating all this stuff,
Yeah.
Zach broke it down to me like this: like, yeah, you're spending 1,500 a month, 2,000 a month, but what if you're getting 2, 3, 4
Correct.
recruits a month? Like that pays
Yeah.
for itself, doesn't it? And I was like, well,
Yeah.
yeah. And then like when you put it like that, you got to spend money to make money.
100%. Yeah.
And
Don't
then
take
you
much,
look at a
dude.
recruit. And then like I learned something too. It was like look at a recruit as like a real estate property. You bring one guy in, you train him up. Like say he'll bring you $1,000 a month. Like bring
This is the
100
Andrew
guys, you'll
Taylor.
make
This is the
100
Andrew
grand.
Taylor stuff. Yeah. It's true.
And when you really simplify it like that, because like I'll never forget when I was still new into the industry, I came to you, I was like, John, how do I find guys like me? How do I find guys like me? You're like, well, dude, I got some news to tell you. Like, that's gonna be really hard. And you use the whole Chick-fil-A reference you've probably heard a million times.
Hell yeah. I've been saying that for a long time, dude. That's funny.
And it makes sense like that because we do try to complicate it, but like it really is a simple business. We're just calling people, they send in a request, read the script, and boom, help them out.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go from the agent side. So back to the kind of blueprint thing. What do you guys explain to people in terms of like what do they need to know before they get started? What are you giving them now? What are you giving them later? And are you giving like what kind of expectations are you kind of setting
Yeah.
for them to have success?
Like even on the initial recruiting call before they come in, they understand the standards that we hold as an agency. Like
Mhm.
every single agent, like they understand like you're gonna be making 500-600 dials today.
Yeah.
You're gonna be presenting 6 to 8 times, and try to close 1 or 2 deals. And in order for them to do that, like we're gonna provide them leads for their first 4 to 6 weeks. Because
You do.
a lot
Okay.
of a lot of agents, that's their bottleneck in the industry. Like
Yeah.
I came with $1,500 to my name, like put
Sure.
800 on a credit card, leap of faith. But like, dude, I'm recruiting a lot of young broke people. They don't have
Yeah.
money to do that, and it goes back to like we were just talking, investing in your guys. So like same thing, if you invest in them, but they're investing their time in it, they're gonna hit those numbers. I don't mind investing a little bit on some leads to
Okay.
help them out because you only got to do it for so long. And
Yeah.
then once they pass their course, pass the test, I let them know that's when the real training starts after that. We'll get them a
Yeah.
boot camp, read the script, here's some videos, and then we're getting them plugged into the Zoom listening to guys close and sell all day live. Then the next day, like I'll tell them, like, don't stress the product, don't worry about it, just follow the script. Because they're gonna learn, I tell them like, hey, you're gonna go
Sure.
through your first 30 presentations within your first 2, 3 weeks. You're gonna have a much better idea, understanding of the product, the objections, and everything. Because if they try and memorize everything beforehand, they're gonna freak themselves out. I've seen guys have a panic attack like mid phone call, like, what do I say? And then they hang up or like
Yeah.
hand you the phone.
100%. I've seen that far too many times.
And then I was just taught like you got to break it down to you ever seen those things? It's like how to do this for a dummy. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
they
Hell yeah.
break it down, and like that's how you got to break it down for these guys.
Yeah. What do the economics look like on giving people leads at the beginning, and what do you hold them accountable to keep getting them? I assume it's not willy-nilly as many as they want. So
No,
break that part down and kind of how the maths out for you, like how you
yes,
see it.
absolutely. So in my eyes, if put it in a perspective, like if I'm willing to spend an additional $20,000 a month on leads, for example.
Mhm.
But from the last few months, what I'm seeing, putting that extra 20 will bring me an extra, 50,000, extra 60,000 in overrides on a low end. I don't mind doing that, you know?
Sure.
And what I do is because like people get the thing, like if leads have been called once, they're done.
Yeah.
Dude, we've been buying leads for 4 years, bro. So we have vaults of leads.
Yeah.
They don't expire. So like what I like to do is give them, say it's Monday morning, brand new agents, first dial day, right? I'm gonna go in your sheet. I'm gonna put you like 30 to 40 fresh brand new leads. And then I'm gonna put you like 100 to 120 old leads. And I'm gonna tell you they're all new. You're
And they
not,
don't know which is which.
they don't know
Yep.
which is which. And I'm gonna tell you, hey, 3 times in a row, I need $500, $600 today.
Yep.
Once you go through them 3, 4 times, let me know so you can get some more. And then I have this activity tracker right here that I have them all fill out where it tracks their dials. Like they
Yep.
track them down, objections they get, their prezzies, if they closed any.
Yep.
And dude, because like you can diagnose their problem that way.
Hell yeah.
You
Yeah.
can see everything, the whole 9 yards, and it's like, I'm not selling, but there's 300 other people selling. Who do you think's the problem?
Yep. Will you
And-
text me that? I'm gonna put it up on the screen so we can see it just
Yeah.
later. Yeah, just shoot it. Just take pictures, send it to me. We all have them, but now the glare didn't show it, so I'll be like, choo, so they can see it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's cool. So what if they don't hit the numbers and they're like, I need more, or they show up late, or like, do you have like
Yeah, I mean, like
boundaries?
if and like you can in Google Sheet, it's easy to see like if they're working, if they're on and working, because some people have kids and
Yep.
whatnot, so they got to
Yep.
pick them up. But like I'm able to see, and like there's this one kid, Joey. Joey likes to be on Zoom with no camera, no mic. So what did I tell Joey? Joey, you like those leads? You better have that camera on. Better have that. You better turn that mic on, bro. You're not getting no more leads, Joey.
Yeah.
And dude,
So it gives you a lot of control,
mhm.
which I like too.
Because, dude, especially when these guys are broke and they're like asking and begging, it's like, well, dude, if I'm telling you this is what you need to do to,
Sure.
to make money and you're not doing it, whose fault is that, me or you?
Yeah. How many like, or when do you cut someone off, or like, how's that go? You know what I mean? You get that guy, like, you want to help him and he just fucking has every excuse in the book. You know what I mean? He keeps coming back for more. It's like, God, how do you cut that off? And two, like, how do you deal with that part? That's hard for a lot of people to do. That's a hard part of this business, to kind of watch someone just lay down on the ground and die an insurance death.
Mhm.
Right. But how do you, like, when do you know to just cut someone off first to be taken advantage of? Right. Because I used to do that and people want to take advantage of it too.
It's true. I think just being honest with them straight up, man. Like, thankfully, we have a pretty good persistency within our agents where like not a lot of them churn and turn because we do a good job of getting them paid. Like, if they can go through the course, pass their test,
Yeah.
they're pretty serious. You know what I mean? Like, it shows they got somewhat skills. But dude, like if someone just doesn't show up, like they say they get licensed, they're ready to work, and I'm like, yo, here's the Zoom link, and they just don't show up.
They're out.
You think yeah, like, dude, I'm not worried about you, bro. Like
Yeah.
you guys said it all the time. Like you quit, like I thought you quit, man.
Yeah.
Straight up, you failed me, and like it's on them. I straight up tell anyone that comes into the business, like, hey, look, like I want you to understand it is 1099. Like you're gonna have a whole team of support here to help you.
Sure.
Like you got to understand if you come into this agency, you don't make any sales. Like one, you wasted your time. Importantly, you didn't make any money, and two, like the agency doesn't make any money, and we wasted our time, so no one wins.
Yeah.
And I just let them know that up front. Like you can't want this more for someone than they want it for themselves. There's been one guy I remember I did have to tell him like, yo, this isn't for you. Like get a job, and that was like 3 some years ago, and like turned out all right. Looks like he's a teacher now. Like maybe he really just wasn't cut for it, you know?
Sure.
But that's all right. I'm glad I had that uncomfortable talk with him to where
Yeah.
he wasn't just, digging himself in a grave.
What's the plan to get people like independent so they buy their own leads? How do you transition that? Is it gradual? Is it like you have a time limit? How do you play that up?
So usually the 4 to 6 weeks on those free leads, that should give them enough time to where, if they're following everything right, that following month, they should be able to see at least like $8,000 in deposits, $10,000 in deposits,
Mhm.
where, they can pay their rent and then they can spend 1,200 times four, 4,800 for the month without having to stress about bills,
Sure.
whatever. Because if you have a full month, and you're buying leads every single week, like there's no way you can't sell 10K a week. I haven't seen it fail yet for any, like that follows the right system. And then from there, that's when they go independent. They start buying their leads. And then like that's when they level up if they want to get a dialer a couple months down the road, or if they're wanting to build. That's when things can start getting tricky. But dude, for new guys, I like to keep it super simple. F that CRM BS that a lot of people get confused with.
Thank you. Oh my
Here's a
God.
Google sheet. Here's a number. Call. Like I've made
Bro.
hundreds of thousands of dollars that way.
Dude, I had someone message me last night, and God bless you if you're watching, but she was like, I'm just struggling in the space. Can you help? And I'm like, can you send me some numbers? She sends me $70 a week or something. And she's like, I've been working 1,000 leads and I'm just not making any money. I'm like, you have 1,000 leads, but your total dials only added up to 200. Like, what gives? You know what I mean? It's like, wait, what? Like, what are we doing? You know, and they think it's something else though. You know, it's like, dude, this thing takes a lot of reps, as you know. Are you doing so on the lead thing? Do they same comp or do they start lower and work up because to catch the spread? Or are you letting them make the money and reinvest
man.
back?
It's the same thing. Like when people ask us, like, you guys lead vendors, like, no, we want to help our agents. So like some guys get penalized for that, but not like, dude, our guys come in at 80%. We're going to show you love on leads. Now, what we do, which is fair in my honest opinion, and like I've never had anyone complain about it, was like, hey, you're not eligible for a comp bump up until you start buying leads.
Fuck yeah. I like that.
And then I've never had a single person, be like, F no, because dude, you know how many people have made like 10, 15, 20,000 on
Hell
free?
yeah. Yeah, and 80 is good. I'm starting at that. I mean, I started in the industry at a 55 and I was buying my own leads.
I'm telling you, man, these guys are spoiled, bro. Especially like young guys that come in, they have no idea what it was like beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah. It's craziness. So I was telling you the one last night, the 1,000 leads, and the reason I started to say that is she was like, yeah, I mean, I'm not dialing with a CRM though. That's why. I was like, Brian never used a CRM. Not one day, not one dial in my life did I use a CRM. And to be clear, neither did the 200 years of insurance agents that have won before CRM started 5 or 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like pre 2000s, there wasn't shit for technology anyway. So, and this industry has been around killing it forever. So I struggle with that part too, that it frustrates me that the industry has made it to where the tools are the magic. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, give me my cell phone and fucking numbers. You make $500,000.
People would ask me all the time, like, dude, you never use dialers or any of that. I was like, dude, I believed I was the best dialer. What do you mean? Like, I knew I was calling. I knew I was going to hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would take whatever, 30 numbers an hour. I knew I was hitting 50, 60 numbers an hour.
Hell yeah.
Picking up plus.
Yeah. I've always found that funny, man, is so many people talk about the dialer thing. And I'm like, I know people that do it fine, but it's hard to duplicate, right? Because the broke guy can't hire a dialer. And quite frankly, I wasn't going to trust some fool who needed me to pay them basically close to minimum wage to dial for me to get rich. Like I wasn't willing to risk my money on an employee to do the work for. I just wasn't willing to take that risk. So I never had a person book a single appointment for me. Ever. I just didn't. I get why some people do it in today's world, but I think
Dude,
too
that
many
makes
people.
me so happy hearing there's still OGs out there like that, man.
Yeah.
Like, nowadays you see it, it's all like AI, CRM that, this, and it's like.
I mean, again, I think if you're knocking down 40 grand a month and you're like, hey, I want to try some shit to get to 60, dude, knock yourself out. Figure some things out. You got the money to spend. You got the time. Like, fuck it, do it. But when you're brand new and you're like, you don't know left from right, and you think the CRM is the magic, whoever sold you that $97 piece of shit is lying to you. You know what I mean? It just is what it is, dude. It's not. Does it help? It helps the guy who knows what he's doing. Does it help the newbie? I think it hurts him.
It's true.
I think it hurts him. It's like that. You remember when we were kids? Y'all probably had this too. You're significantly younger than me because when you were a kid, I was still a fucking adult. But we used to play these. We had like field day at school, and they would do that thing where they tie your legs together, and you got to run 2 people, but one leg is tied together. You ever seen that? So like you have your inside leg is tied together, and you have one leg free. So y'all got to run the middle where you're tied together has to be one step. So it's 2 people running with one leg tied together. And most people fall on their face. When you Google it, you'll see, I don't know, maybe it's old people. Maybe they don't do that anymore. It's probably not allowed in fucking school anymore.
Yeah, they
But
kick candy out after an hour.
yeah, hell yeah. Or they had those like, we'd get in like a little bean pillowcase thing and try to jump to the race line. We did all kinds of corny stuff. But it feels like to me that's what these systems and CRMs and AIs do to agents. Instead of just being able to run down the field, you're now tied to something else, trying to hobble along and figure it out. And you're having to learn systems and learn AI and learn automations. And they're like, no, it'll do it all for you. Stop. It's not,
And another mind-blowing thing is like that guy that came from Louisville today, that's transitioning. Dude, he brought me like another group of people, and like, dude, there's still people out there door knocking with no leads. Like this lady came up to me, she's like, I work with Aflac. I sold 385 last year, and I made 80 grand. And I was like, you didn't spend a thing on leads? She was like, all cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, girl, you do realize like if you had a contract over here, like you would have kept over $200,000 of that, right? And she was so mad. She was like, I'm so ready to switch.
Yeah.
But it's just like, dude, if they don't know, they don't know.
Correct. Oh, dude, I talk to people working all kinds of crazy stuff still. You know what I mean? As many people as I meet from different lines or different companies or different styles, I'm like, I was talking to a guy last week. They do this thing where they mail people a check. And if they deposit the check, they go knock on their door. And they mail them a $10 check that says, if you want insurance, cash this check. And then they cash the check and they sell the lead. Hey, they sell the $10 check for $20 to their agents. So the guy mails them a $10 check. The agent buys it for 20, and then they go cold knock on the doors for the people that fill it out.
That's insane.
That cash the check. Yeah.
I'm like, sure, there's people closing though. Leads a lead.
They do close. I'm like, anything fucking works, but there's way better ways. I never heard that one before. I've heard of Walmart gift cards and some crazy stuff, but they call it something check leads or something. I don't know what they call them. Anyway, yeah, it was wild. It's the first time I ever heard of it. I love it, dude. So where do people mess this thing up? Because it really sounds simple. Where do people go wrong, dude?
Get effing paid.
Get effing paid.
Get effing paid.
Get effing paid.
What up, guys? If you guys are looking to get to a new level in your career, you may have seen that we've been running some workshops in my office in Atlanta. I have them every quarter now. The last one sold out fully. It was a massive success. A couple different levels. You can attend just a general ticket, get you in the door, listen to 2 days of training, interactive, workshop style. We really dive into what you got going on and how to get to new levels. If you're looking to be in a new crowd, higher level up, I have a private mastermind. Last one was at my house. It was insane. All the value that everybody added to each other, and we had a good time. And I heard it was way underpriced relative to what people got out of it. You can check out some of the testimonials here, I'm sure. But if you'd like to attend, click the link below. I do them every quarter. The date will be around here somewhere. Look forward to seeing you there.
If you are in the insurance industry and you're looking to scale and grow your business, I highly encourage you to check John Wetmore out.
Honestly made the cost of the event back in like the first 2 hours of being here. John Wetmore is a beast.
So much value in everything that I've learned here.
It is worth the price of admission. Make sure you get to the next one.
Dude, with themselves, the self-doubt, because like I remember I was talking to a younger guy, the guy that told you he deposited almost 40.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, he was in his head. He had a really rough week, and like, dude, people's heads will eat them alive. And like, dude, even before you get into this industry, you have so much stuff in your head where you don't know. It's like, is this real? Is this fake? And then like, the second you stop believing in it is the second you fail, I think. And when you stop betting on yourself, when you start seriously doubting the business. And I think that's when people really fail, is like if they lose their mindset, they lose themselves, then they lose everything. Because again, like I think what keeps guys going is like seeing a new blood come in here with no experience and come in and crushing it, you know? And it's like, even like, dude, it's like, I use it to check people all the time. It's like someone that's been here over a year ago, you know, that's never sold more than 20K a month, 30K a month. And then you have a brand new guy sell 50 within his first 2 months. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Nope.
And how are you going to let them outpace you? And it's just like, I think having that camaraderie, which being in the office helps a ton. When you guys eat together, you guys are able to pray together, you guys travel together, do together. When you do everything together, it's not just a job. It's not just a work style. Like it really is a family. It really is a lifestyle. Like I truly love every single one of my agents. Like I'll take a bullet for a good chunk of
Most of, not all y'all, not all of y'all getting that bullet. I love it. I love it. What's the hardest part of this for you today?
Dude, I wouldn't say there's nothing like hard, because like again, I never get up in the morning and like drag my feet like, oh, I gotta get, like I gotta go to the office, I gotta go to work. The hardest part, honestly, for me now is like someone telling me they want it and like I'm in the office before them. And like I know they're dead fucking broke, bro. And like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like that's truly what I hate now is like wanting it more for someone than they want it for themselves.
Yeah,
Like that.
dude, I put out on social. You probably saw it. I'm like, I'm gonna build another base shop, get some new, some new Zacks in my life, and just build up some new. I mean, y'all got this thing down. I'm like, if y'all need me, call me. I'll get on a call. But for the most, y'all don't need me anymore at this stage. You know what I mean? It's like I'm here to help, but it is what it is. Y'all got to figure it out. So I'm like, I'll do it again. Build direct and whatever. Second time around, I know some shit. I get to like pick my starting lineup, basically, and I'm pretty clear about what I'm looking for and who I'm looking for and what it takes to win. And like my shit's been out there so long. If you know me at all, you kind of know my style. And dude, I still to this day, bro, as direct as I am and as clear as I can go, like I can help you get from here and I can give all the references and all the receipts we have from all the years of people doing things. And bro, still people are like, I want to work direct with you. I'm going to kill it. And they go and fill out contracting and then they fucking do nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it's not like they're strangers. There's people reaching out to me being like, I want to, you know what I mean? And they still, dude, just don't have the ability to give themselves that fuel every day. They say they want it and still, bro, I still deal with it. Dude, this week, I'm looking at these people that were like, I want, because I'm like, dude, I built it last time with basically 3 fucking people that were doing what I was doing. And we just went to work and I did what I did and Zach did what he did and these other guys did what they did. And we all were doing the same thing at the same time. Certainly I could give some feedback because I was here a little longer, but I was a shit show just the same, dude. Me and Zach were a mess together. I was just 4 years ahead of him, And so when I hear people say they want to be like what they see us have achieved now, they want the result. Well, still to this day, dude, as much clarity as they have that they can do it here with my help, still people just give up on themselves. It blows my mind.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's why there's income brackets. That's why there's a 1% and a 99%. Those are the ones that, they're not wanting to put in the work. They don't want the different lifestyle. They don't want to go to the next level because they can't bet on themselves.
Yeah.
They don't want it. If you really wanted it, bro, when I was dead broke, I listened to whatever Wiley told me.
You were coachable as
knock
shit,
on that
dude.
door. He told me dude, I was there, bro. I left the house and they told me no. And he told me go back. Like, dude, I'm going back,
I remember that. I remember doing that. Yeah. You've been at everything I've ever been to. I go to an event. I'm like, dude's here and he's asking questions and he's putting in action. And, one of the few, it's like coachable. It's not that deep. All around the
I'm
place.
not special. I'm not special at all. Like, I think the reason I sold, over 500K every single year is because dude, there was a lot of days where like I was the first one that opened up that Zoom and I was the last one on that Zoom.
Yeah.
And I'll tell people that like, dude, I worked Sundays till I had over $100,000 saved. Like, dude, there's people with not even $1,000 in their checking account. They're asleep right now. Like, what are you doing?
100%. 100%. But I had a guy try to book on my calendar this week. So I sent him a link. And I have different calendar links I send out because I don't want to get, and this one had like a couple little windows where you can book times. And he replies and he goes, damn, you're busy. I was like, yeah, keep up. And he goes, all I got is a 1:30 in the afternoon with you, like in the middle of the day.
Make it work, bro.
I replied and I went, isn't that when we work in the middle of the fucking day? You know what I mean? I was like, is it going to interrupt your nap time? Like, what are we talking about? It's 1:30 in the afternoon, bro. Get your ass out of bed and get on a call if you want to get. And he booked it 3 weeks out. And I'm like, this fool don't want it that bad. God bless you if you watch it. I apologize if you take offense to it.
Nah, you need to take action to that. Don't take offense.
The guy, I'm like, bro, what are we? Like, I want it.
It's insane, man.
Jesus, you know. And he made some comment about he needs me to help wake him up. And he put wake up in all caps, like, if you help me wake up, all caps. And I'm like, if you think my job is to wake your ass up, you're definitely confused. You know, you get your ass out of bed, I'll tell you how to win, but I ain't coming to get you up. Not gonna happen.
Man.
I love it. I love it, dude. It's been a fun journey watching you guys. What are you trying to accomplish this year? Like, what are you working on now? What are y'all trying to knock out? And I ask in the context of, I mean, you obviously are close to Zach, right? Him and I are close. You know him well enough. Dude, think about how much shit he still deals with. Trouble and problems and issues. And you know what I mean? It's like, I always try to tell people, just because you're making money and having success don't mean there ain't problems. All right. So
Yeah.
what's on your plate coming up this year? What are you trying to tackle? What are you fighting with to grow? And you know what I mean? It's a similar question to the last one, but I want more vision stuff, like what y'all trying to build.
So I announced on stage at convention this year, I want to create 500 six-figure new earners.
Dope.
I think that's possible. And the way that we're growing, like I think we can make that 1,000.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, man. And
Yeah.
dude, I was saying like 10 million a month in premium a month by the end of the year.
Okay.
At this pace, like I think we can really turn it up and like go to like 12, 15 with some explosiveness. And just
Hey, that would have us doing like 40 or something stupid. I hope you do it.
make it happen. And then yeah, getting your all's organization capital over Team USA. Like we got to be the number one in FFL.
Bro.
We got potato down. I told
Bro,
them
I've been working on that since like 2018, 2019,
It's
something like
over
that.
now.
Yeah.
You got the power force. You got all.
I love him, but that fucker passed us. So there was a stage where we were ahead of him, and then all of a sudden it went. I'm like, damn, I've been chasing that fool for like 6 years now. God bless him.
We're coming. We're coming.
I love it. I can't wait. Good
Yes, sir.
shit though. It's internal competitiveness. If y'all are wondering, we have a lot of it.
And
around
yeah,
here.
and at the Ignite event, like always staying hungry. Like Jay Mask, I respect him a lot, but like like we're coming for
Kinda
his.
smoke him. Hell
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. And I told him to his face, I was like, look, bro, I can't talk shit till my numbers are bigger than yours. I respect you. So just know we're coming. And I
Yeah.
shook his hand.
I love it. I love it. That's so sick. What do you give us some stuff, maybe something I didn't ask that you share frequently, something you think maybe would have been beneficial if I asked, or something you just want to talk about that can help people win. I don't care if it's sales, if you want to give script stuff, you want to go recruiting, you want anything you want, dude, that you're like, hey, I like to touch on this to help people win.
Yeah.
Wide open question for you.
Well, guys, if you remember this, you get paid really well for being a master at your product. So go out there and make 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 selling life insurance, but you get paid even more for becoming an educator. And that's really when my life started to change, is like when I started caring about other people's lives and wanting to see them go further. And then, dude, you just focus on changing people's lives. The next thing you know, like your life will change.
Yeah.
And I think
Love that, dude.
record and post everything. Like I brought on this big solar team and they've been watching me for 2.5 years. Their manager was making like $750K a year, but he led an org of over 50 plus guys. I think he actually went to your event. And
I'm literally pulling up my phone right now. Hold on. Is it Muhammad?
Yep.
Oh, you know what's funny? He texted me today. He's doing an event here soon. Hold on. Next month, he's doing an event here. He asked me to come talk at it. Dude, I scroll up. Hey, just be curious. We'll hash this one out here just to share very transparently. He texted me, let's see, January 31st, saying, I'm transitioning to insurance. Would love to learn from you. I currently have a group of about 80 in solar. And we exchanged numbers, but we never talked. I mean, you got him.
Crazy. And dude, yeah, he's been watching for a fat minute and
Yeah.
we were able to onboard his group. And like, that was part of his group I was with in Arizona. And then shit,
yeah.
I'll be seeing you next month too then, man.
Yeah, buddy. So you coming out?
Yeah, I've actually been at Atlanta probably over 300 times in that airport and I've never stepped foot out of it.
No way. Yeah, the layovers and shit. Yeah. Yeah, it's a layover capital.
Yeah.
Dude, the entire plane will be like freaking the hell out trying to make their connecting flights. And I'm sitting there chill. I'm like the only one that ever gets. I'm home.
Man, that's
Yeah,
crazy. That's a small world.
He messaged me literally 11:30 this morning, today, like 2 hours ago. And we're setting up he's doing a lock-in. I'm trying to coordinate, see if I can come out there and make it. So if you're there, let's connect. I don't know what day. I get back from town that week, so I'm got a crazy week, but I'm gonna coordinate with him. And do you know where in Atlanta? That was my last question to him.
I just know it'll be in
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I'll coordinate with him to figure it out.
We'll get a sick B&B like we were talking about.
Hell yeah.
Just see how we locked in.
Hey, I'll tell you this. Make it towards the Marietta, Kennesaw area. I happen to live over there if y'all want to come to this side of town.
I got you. I'm gonna shoot him that now.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Again, y'all, I mean, we have my office here. Y'all are welcome to use it if you want to for anything. I mean, it probably fits in training. We have 32 seats in there. If it helps you in any way, you mean y'all are welcome to swing by or whatever. Just you get set up with my team.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. I love it, dude. Anything you want to end with? I don't have any more questions. I mean, if I want to get detailed, it's like, do you want to give any sales stuff? But it's up to you, dude.
Nah, one thing I want to say before we end it, is there any advice or anything you wish you would have done differently, like you'd give for me to get to that 10 million a month, 20 million a month?
I love when people flip the podcast on me. It's not many do it, but the really good sales guys never hang up without asking something. So I'm becoming a fan of it, dude. Oh man. To go from where you're at to the 10? Are you asking in that context?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, dude. I would say that was a stage. So you got some people breaking out, kind of popping, right? At that 3 million, you ain't the only one doing stuff. And what was weird and hard to do from both sides, like both sides had to figure this out. Zach, it was the easiest with because we were close. Some of the others, and I don't know if you have this, but there's some guys you're tight with and some guys like y'all work together, but you're not like tight.
Right.
My biggest struggle was kind of the balance between like, how do I provide guidance and structure and all the things for the team versus let them be free and run their own team. It was this weird balance of kind of handing over the guard, if you will. You know what I mean? And it's like sometimes I played that wrong. Not on purpose. I just didn't know any better. You know what I mean? And there's a weird balance, dude, because some people want to break away and do their own thing and be counter to the team, right? Some people want to break away and do their own thing and be part of the team. They just want to kind of not be in charge in like a weird way. They're grown ass adults, dude, and they want to run their thing. You know, and like, so when we used to all do the same leaderboard or all do the same team call or all do the same lock-in schedule or all run the same event, you know what I mean? Like we were one big team. And then when stuff started breaking away, it's like, sometimes I wish I just let people be fucking grown up sometimes versus trying to control too much of it. You know what I mean? I wasn't doing it out of meanness. I just didn't know any better. And I was like, oh, this is what I do. You know what I mean? And so kind of giving people the space to grow on their own. And you know what I mean? I never really struggled with people asking, like Zach always reached out to Andrew and Sean, and like that never bothered me at all. You know what I mean? But it was, and again, he was the easy one, but some of the other legs kind of wanted to run their own leaderboards and be part of their own team. And I don't know that I fought it, but it was like, it was weird. I wish I handled that better. You know what I mean? There was a little bit of friction on like how to get someone to just, all right, it's time to fly now. Like my kids are getting to adult age. You know what I mean? If I want to treat them like they're fucking 12 still, they'll probably get frustrated with me. We're at that stage, it's time to start teaching them things to be self-sufficient and be independent in the world and let them make mistakes on their own. Where sometimes when someone was sort of trying to be their own person, if they made a mistake, I'd come in and save them too quick. You know what I mean? I was like, that transition was tough. And now I've gotten so much better at that through experience. So it's like, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's teach people to be adults and get out of their way and let them be adults and let them make mistakes on their own. And they're gonna have to learn from them, you know, and that was hard in a sense. And, you know, I don't know that I really struggled with this, but I could have done better for sure. I didn't struggle, but I wasn't so intentional at like putting the spotlight and the highlight on the people that were killing it. You know what I mean? The spotlight naturally came towards me. I wasn't ever one screaming for it. Like I didn't give a shit. It just sort of happened, right? Because I'm fucking at the top of the leaderboard. So people were like, ah. And I wish I turned the light around and just better at given people the spotlight in a better way. I gave it to the killers, but there's some that I wish I'm like, ooh, I could have done a little bit better there. Sean's really good at it. You know what I mean? It's something he teaches really well. And I wish I did better there at that 3 million to 10, is really letting people kind of fly away from the nest on their own, and embrace it, you know? So smart people out there, dude. You know what I mean? I'm just a dipshit over here in Atlanta, fucking willing to work hard. There's a lot I don't know. You know, and I've always said, dude, if people are trying to learn from just me, they're making a mistake, because I'm good at a piece of this, but I'm not good at every piece of this. You know, I'm pretty well-rounded. We're doing good, but I can point out things that Zach's better at than me, or Andrew's better at but like clearly. And I think we all have our strengths and weaknesses. What we did really well is, as a group, we got really good at knowing who was strong where and letting that person shine at the thing they were good at. You know? And we didn't all have to be like, I was really good at like techie stuff and systems and all that kind of stuff, where like the guy who mentored me, he was really good with people. He couldn't even open a computer, but he was better with people, and he was better with patience. You know what I mean? So I kind of handled one side, he handled the other. Then Zach came in, and he was like, dude, he was better at attracting young people and speaking the different language and the willingness to travel and go all over the country and at a pace. You know what I mean? Maybe he was crazy. Maybe it was the Adderall. Maybe it was both. I don't know. But he could go. You know what I mean? Yeah. God bless him. So it was like, let him be him. Let him do his thing. You know, and so you just live and learn, man. And I think we make mistakes all along the way, but reflecting on them is important. So probably the reflection part would have been better. I could have done that better. You know? Sure. Yeah. No.
Right there.
Yeah. Yep. So, my man, well, I appreciate, dude, everything you're doing for the team, fucking killing it. And you're doing it without me, but if I can help in any way, bro, I'm a phone call away. If I can ever do anything to support you and your team and help you guys win more, man, don't be afraid to ask, for sure.
I appreciate you, John. And again, it was an honor being able to get on here and give back.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Did my team already get all your info that we can share for your socials and stuff, or do you want to put it? You can say here what you want people to follow if you want.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram _MN Nasser, and then my phone number is 859-916-3710.
Buckle up. You're gonna get some calls, dude.
We got the blueprint for you.
My man. I appreciate you, homie. Thanks for getting on. Sure. Appreciate y'all following, like it, share it, all that jazz. Get your friends on, because we're teaching people how to print money. My man.
Sir, yes,
kill
sir.
it. Let me know I can help, homie.
Thanks, John.
See you, dude.